Hey guys, DJ AJ 101 with you here today, and I have an interesting little article that I want to share with you guys. This article is a little bit old, and I have been quite busy lately, so I haven't been able to make videos as frequently as I have been in the past, but I do want to share it with you guys anyway, and it's simply put, just the name of the title of the video. Apple's next big thing will not be a hardware device. It will not be, a hardware device like this phone, or right over here, this iPad. It'll actually be what's inside of this device. No, not just the hardware inside of the device, but the software that is running on the device itself. And that's the next big theory on Apple's devices. And this article is actually written by Jay Yarow, who actually has a very unique perspective on this. And he says, Apple's always had great hardware in the devices like the iPhones, the iPads, the Macs, always had great hardware, but Steve Jobs always had a great saying, it's a beautiful looking device, but it's really the software inside that really powers it, which really makes the experience complete. It's a nice device in your hand, but it's the experience through the software which is going to get you to the point where you want to be. So it all depends what's running on the device. It's not just solely about how the device looks. It's a beautiful software in the package, but it's a great package nonetheless. And I think this is actually hitting on a very good point. And this actually hits on something very well that Apple could do here in the Tim Cook era, because Steve Jobs in the past always had this eye for elegance and design and a very beautiful outside of a product. But even he always said, the internals of the software is always the most important, which makes the user experience so much better, even though it's wrapped in a beautiful package in the hardware that you're experiencing the software on. But in the Tim Cook era, does Apple really need to recreate this piece of hardware, a great device that, has very good materials, glass and aluminum, or like the iPhone 4 and 4S, glass and glass, and, stainless steel on the outside, very beautiful product. Do they need to reinvent the wheel in a way? Or has the iPad and the iPhone kind of come to a revolutionary standpoint where you can't really get it too much thinner, and you can't really do too much with the outers anymore? Let's focus on the software and make the software shine on this device. And as we all know, Johnny Ive has now been put into the look and feel of the software iOS and Mac OS X ever since Scott Forstall was pretty much ousted, I think is the best word to put on it. So it's a rather interesting article. Again, I'm going to link it in the description below for you guys to check it out for yourself. I think that Apple's next big thing very well could be coming in the software. The hardware is great, but I think, as a lot of people have put, myself included, iOS has gotten rather stale to a point, definitely falling behind Android in the feature and usability wise. Even though iOS is a very stable, it's a very mature OS, I think they can actually do more with it, and I hope that's what the new teams that Tim Cook has put into place at Apple in their new positions, like Johnny Ive being in part of the user experience, and all the other guys, as their, certain jobs to kind of shake things up to get the juices flowing again. Innovation does come in the software, because I think you're only going to get faster processors, you're going to get more memory, you're going to get more storage. We all know this. These are standard upgrades to any iOS device or Mac products, especially going forward. But how is the software going to compare to when you look at Android and the Chromebook OS and Windows going forward on these devices? I think that's going to be a very interesting spot to see, and I think Apple can do a lot as far as innovating in that area. But anyways, guys, just wanted to share it with you. Again, link will be in the description below for this, but I also want to hear what you guys think about this. Do you guys think, as well as I do, that Apple's next innovation will be in software? I think it's a very unique way to look at it. I think this is absolutely the way Apple should go. The innovation should come in the software. It's always nice to have a hardware refresh, a little bit different tweak design, but you can only go so thin, you can only go so light. So you definitely want to hear what you guys have to say about the software upgrade. Do you think that's where Apple's going? Please leave your comments below. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. And also feel free to hit that like button if you happen to like this video, as well as that subscribe button, which will automatically update videos in your video feed from me, and it is free to do that. And if you want to check out my YouTube channel for present and past videos on technology content that I like to do, a little bit of everything from Apple to Microsoft to Samsung to Google. It's all good out there in the world of technology, especially articles like this. Hope you guys enjoy very much. But other than that, guys, that's going to do it here for me today. I'm going to let you guys go. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great one till then, guys.